Hey everyone, it's Aradna. Short video just because I want to talk about a few Bollywood movies I really enjoy. Because why not, right? So, I really love Bollywood. Sometimes find a lot of them really ridiculous. Sometimes I enjoy the ones that don't take themselves too seriously and embrace how ridiculous they are. And I enjoy some of the really sappy ones. So I thought I would just make a short list of movies I really have enjoyed. Well, most of these movies are ones that I watch when I'm down. So I have rewatched them, and these movies do not include a lot of the movies that everybody recommends all the time. Those movies are good, but these are ones that I think are good also, but just aren't recommended as much. Little bit of a rambling prologue to what is a very short list. Sorry guys. For the first movie that I do really want to recommend, this is one of my favorite comedies of all time. It is completely ridiculous. It came out, I think, in the early 1990s. This is Andaz Apna Apna. It was hilarious. It's got mistaken identities. It's got fake amnesia. It's got songs that are super fun and like a love square, and then it's got a villain that is a little bit over the top, and then it's got a bad guy who calls himself Crime Master Gogo. I'm not even kidding. It's hilarious. The climax of the movie is just ridiculous in so many ways, and the protagonists are really smart but really dumb at the same time. I love it. I can rewatch this movie so much. I love it so much. And I would recommend if you want something to just switch your brain off and watch. Another comedy I really enjoy. This is a more recent movie. I think it came out 2-3 years ago or so. It's called Main Tera Hero. It is also ridiculous. It's got a love triangle that turns into a love square. It's got fake relationships. It's got like a mix of drama and comedy, but more on the comedy style. It's got great songs. The leads are really attractive, and their comedic timing is just amazing. It's not something when I first saw that I thought I would keep rewatching, but it's a very light-hearted movie, and the first half is fun, but it's the second half that's completely ridiculous, and it's just like, what's going on and why am I enjoying this so much? It does have a story, so it is like coherent, but it's a ridiculous story. There are a lot of things going on that you just like, that's a hell of a coincidence. But okay, I can suspend my disbelief enough for this. I love it. I went through a phase a few years ago where I was just rewatching it every other day because it was just fun, and you don't have to think too much to enjoy it, and it's great. Third movie I really enjoy and would recommend. This one's a little more family drama. This is Hum Saath Saath Hai. It is a huge ensemble cast. It gives me a lot of family vibes because it's about a joint family, and I grew up in a joint family, so you've got a lot of things that are happening in the movie that I recognized from my childhood, and I watched it as a kid because it came out in the 1990s. So I've watched it multiple times over the years. This movie probably is the reason I love Tabu and Sonali Bandre so much. This movie is also kind of why I enjoy Salman Khan until now, even though he's kind of overrated. This movie was one of my favorites with him in it. And this movie is the reason I wish there were more movies with Moinish Bale as a romantic lead. Just, this movie was amazing. It's about a family with 3 sons who, in the movie itself, they each meet a different girl and their romances with the girl, but also how it affects their family dynamics and how outside gossip can affect family dynamics to such an extent that, crap happens. And ultimately it's about how nothing can break these brothers apart, and it is, I love family dramas. I do. Sometimes they're too ridiculous for me, but this one's just the right amount of drama and realism. And of course the songs are amazing. Bollywood does have some amazing, amazing numbers. I think the 1980s and the 1990s have some of my favorite songs of all time. I will link the trailers in the description. So I think a lot of them are on Netflix, and I think there's the subtitle option on Netflix as well, so I would recommend that. Next, what was the movie? Salame-ish. It came out, I think, after Love Actually, so it was kind of capitalizing on that idea of multiple stories interconnecting in various ways. I liked Love Actually, I guess, but I don't see why everybody loves it so much. It's fun, but okay. Salame-ish starts off with John Abraham singing. Well, it's not actually him singing, but after the way it opened, you think it's gonna be light, fluffy, so much drama, and I legit cried a couple of times while watching this movie. I love it. It's got your angsty love story. It's got your romantic comedy type of love story. It's got the middle-aged couple going through a crisis story. It's got a wedding, and then it's got a fake relationship. It's just all of the tropes, you guys. It's got so many tropes crammed into this movie, and then it's got some amazing songs, and you've got some really cool ways that all the characters meet and interact, and how the stories overlap. And it's one of my favorite multi-story movies, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I don't think it did that well critically, but it was fun. It was good. It was entertaining. And at the end of the day, that's what I want from a Bollywood movie. That's what I want, to be entertained. And yeah, okay, if I go away with a song stuck in my head, I now have the song stuck in my head, all the better. I had a last movie. This one came out a few years ago. This was, I got the movie name. Hasi To Fasi. This movie is a little bit unrealistic in the sense that I think the couple falls in love over a weekend or a week, but that does happen in romance books and romantic comedies, so I'm willing to forgive it for the amazing chemistry between the leads. So good. And these songs, oh my god, I'm just gonna gush about songs. I think this whole video is just me gushing about the fact that the songs are amazing. These songs in this movie, every song in this movie I love. Everyone, without doubt. The lead actor, I admit, I liked him in his first movie because he's very attractive. This movie showed me that he's also really talented, and he can play off a more energetic character really, really well. The lead actress in this movie, I think this is the second movie of hers that I watched, and the vastly different ways she plays her characters. They played off of each other really well. The story was really fun. It is set over the course of the planning and the lead up to a wedding. I watched this with a friend over online, and honestly, I think we all just fell in love. And then I think we watched it a second time a few weeks after. I have seen this a few times as well. It's a lot of fun. It is. I think these two have come out in another movie together recently, but I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen a lot of recent movies, but yeah, so these are 5 of my favorite Bollywood movies that I recommend. And do you like watching Bollywood movies or movies that are not in English? Let me know some recommendations if you have any. And like, subscribe, hit the bell button, and I will see you next time. Bye.